Hi guys, I'm Danyel Rogers with Warrior Women Portraits, and I thought I would do a video quickly going through some of how my cancer journey started and what that kind of looked like. In obviously 2020, 2021, everybody was hunkered down due to COVID. And even though I was usually pretty consistent with my mammograms, with my grandmother having breast cancer, it obviously got away from me. So I called and they said it had been 2 years. So I quickly got a mammogram scheduled for July 5th, 2022. In doing so, I could tell the technician had seen something that she really wasn't sure if she wanted to say. And asked if I had had any other scans somewhere else between the last 2 years. And I said no. So she was like, clearly there's something there, but our, technicians need to review the mammogram and we'll give you a call. Now, the location is literally 2 minutes from my job, so it takes me longer just to get into the car, I think, than to get all the way back to my work. And by the time I got back, they had already called me saying, yes, they're going to need to do an ultrasound. So just a few short days later, I had an ultrasound. From that point, the results didn't come back very well, so they decided to do a biopsy shortly after that. It went mammogram on the 5th, ultrasound on the 13th, and biopsy on the 25th. And then 2 days later, the pathology report hit my chart. Now, obviously, when you get a pathology report, there's a ton of stuff in there that it's just mumbo jumbo. You don't know what to make of it. But what I could clearly see, it was a DCIS tumor that was stage 1, grade 3. And then after that, it just kept saying negative, negative, negative. And so I was really confused because I was like, negative is usually good, right? So I was like, oh, yay, this isn't, I do have cancer from what I can tell, but this other aspect is showing a bunch of negatives. So if you are unfamiliar, what they test for are different hormonal aspects. And quickly I found out that all three of those being negative is actually not a good thing. I was considered triple negative, and that's about 10 to 12% of women that get breast cancer that get triple negative. And what that means is they don't know what feeds the cancer. They don't know why it's growing at a rapid pace. It could be lifestyle, it could be stress, it could be numerous amounts of things. It's very new. And the only thing that they can do is just treat it really aggressively to the point where, throw everything at it, because they can't, if it's progesterone or estrogen, they can do hormone blockers, so that it basically cuts off the food that is feeding the cancer. But because they didn't have that option for me, triple negative is actually not a good thing. So at that point, I had to meet with my oncologist, and from there, figure out what my actual treatment plan was going to be. As you can imagine, it was very, scary, almost glazed over when you get that kind of news, because you really don't know all the terminology that they throw at you. You're just so perplexed. Like, what's the difference between grade and stage? Stage is like how much cancer you actually have, meaning the severity, it's usually the size, if it has gone into lymph nodes, that kind of stuff. And then the grade is actually how fast the cancer cells are regenerating and duplicating. So grade 1 is very slow and grade 3 is really fast. So in my eyes, they don't know what's feeding it and it's growing rapidly. So bottom line is, my treatment plan was going to be as aggressive as I could make it without, just doing everything that I can do to make sure that this is actually out of my system. And it'll be a new video to talk about my treatment plan, but that is kind of where my diagnosis is. It was, again, DCIS, stage 1, grade 3, triple negative. Anyways, I look forward to chatting with you guys, and leave a comment if you have any questions. I'd be happy to answer them. Obviously, I'm not a medical provider, so please take this as a grain of salt. And if you have any questions, very much that is something that you would need to speak with a doctor, please do so. All right, hope you guys have a great day.